Have you ever dug up your garden only to uncover a $10,000 diamond? Me neither. And while that's unlikely to happen to the average person, it has happened. Coming up, diamonds, jades, and gemstones, and a historic find that might blow your mind. Join us as we have a look at the most expensive gemstones and minerals ever found. Rare gem or paperweight? Now imagine you're attending a garage sale or perhaps even a Comic-Con, and you saw a stack of money being used as a paperweight. It sounds pretty ridiculous, right? Well, that's kind of what happened to mineral dealer Morgan Sandstagen. Sandstagen was attending the Tuscan Gem and Mineral Show when he came across a table using a beautiful pinkish-orange rock as a paperweight. Intrigued by the size and beauty, he inquired about the price, only to be told that it wasn't for sale, as it was holding down the exhibitor's papers. He then offered a new rock paperweight and a price, and the owner agreed. But I bet that he wishes now he hadn't done so. After analyzing the rock, it was discovered to be triplite, which is a rare mineral that's only found in a few places throughout the world. Fortunately for Sandstagen, his gem is one of the rarest, as the only other gem-quality triplites are more of a brownish color. Due to the stone's fragility, triplite is difficult to facet, but Sandstagen sent his rock to Bangkok to be transformed into a pear-shaped gem, a round gem, and several smaller gems, some of which would be donated to the Arizona University for analysis. So, the next time that one of your geo-nerd friends asks you to go to a convention with them, you just might want to tag along. Diamond in the rough. During a dig in a Russian diamond mine, miners discovered a rock with two unusual characteristics, a red and green hue, and about 30,000 miniature diamonds. Since the diamonds were so small, they couldn't be made into jewelry, but the team would end up donating it to science to see if someone could unearth how this rare stone came to be. Geologists believe that diamonds are formed deep in the earth, which are then carried to the surface for us to find after volcanic eruptions. However, most of the rocks carried with them are usually destroyed in their journey to the surface, but geologists have come to think that this is the little rock that could. After further analysis of this worldly wonder, a scanner confirmed that thousands of diamonds were banded together within the rock, along with red garnet and green olivine, as well as pyrazine. So look at it this way: if you ever decide to go mining for diamonds, don't expect to find one of these, as most diamond ores only contain 1 to 6 carats per ton, making this rock a true rarity. Finders keepers. America hosts a few mining sites where amateur miners and tourists can search for precious gems, and that's what Bobby Oscarson did one day. Originating from Longmont, Colorado, this tourist took a trip to Arkansas, home of the Crater of Diamonds State Park. She was searching in a muddy field called the Pigpen when she came across a 3/4 inch number 2 pencil diameter diamond, which equates to about 8.52 carats. Her find is the 5th largest diamond found on the premises since they opened in 1972, and she definitely proved that the more difficult paths are sometimes the most rewarding. She's lucky to have found the gem at this park, as it's the only place in the world that allows you to keep what you find. Turning rocks into riches. One family of diggers turned their fun hobby into mind-blowing headlines. W. Wren Adams' family took up the hobby of digging on the family farm to look for interesting and hopefully valuable gemstones. The hobby then became a business when the family charged the public to dig by hand in the 70s and 80s. After retiring, Adams continued the tradition, but like the generations before, he never found anything of real value. The family's unlucky streak came to a screeching halt one day in August of 2009. Using his equipment, Adams was digging approximately 14 feet below the surface when he stumbled upon what he thought was a lemon-lime soda bottle. But as it turns out, it was a whopping 310-carat emerald, which had come to be known as the Carolina Emperor. After being trimmed down to 64.83 carats, it was deemed the largest cut emerald originating in North America. Scraps from the gem after it was cut would sell from between $10,000 and $15,000. Due to its size and color, the cut gemstone was deemed one of the continent's most valuable emeralds, making it worth thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some would even go on to compare it to an emerald that once belonged to Catherine the Great of Russia. That emerald ended up selling for over $1.65 million at an auction. This story is just validation to never give up on your dreams because you never know what might come from them. Historic eruption. While our next gemstone is not a huge moneymaker due to its rarity, its unique discovery has led to the creation of a large niche in the gemstone market. Volcanoes are infamous for the damage that they cause, but a volcanic eruption is what led to the discovery of one of the most beautiful gemstones ever found. Mount St. Helens, located in Skamania County, Washington, was said to be dormant, a place where tourists and locals could gather and gawk at its beauty. However, you might want to think twice about visiting the iconic volcano, as the once dormant wonder of the earth proved that it wasn't dormant after all. On May 18th of 1980, Mount St. Helens violently erupted, forcing smoke and ash 80,000 feet high, and creating 1,400-degree Fahrenheit lava. To put this into perspective, the force of the volcano equated to over 100 nuclear bombs. Of course, you can't jump right in the rubble and clean it up, so a few months later, a team was sent in to clean up the damage. Workers began heating the rock and ash, and this is when they discovered that it creates a beautiful, brilliant, glass-like gemstone. Even though it looked similar to an emerald, the molecular makeup proved otherwise. Not only that, it was brighter and clearer than even some of the most expensive emeralds on the market. Realizing nothing else like it exists, they named it Helenite, after the large beast that helped to create it. Today, Helenite is sold worldwide, and while none of it originated in Mount St. Helens, it's one of the most popular gemstones used for jewelry making. We're not saying we'd love for another volcano to erupt, but if it happens, it might result in an abundance of shiny green lining. Big beauty. While the last 5 treasures that we discussed were impressive, we've saved the best for last. Just this past October, the mother of all finds was unearthed in Burma. A team of government-employed Burmese miners were working in a mine in Kachin State and simply doing what miners do, searching for precious, valuable gemstones to bring back to the man. That's when they stumbled across a monster of a stone, which turned out to be a nearly 200-ton, 14-foot-high, 19-foot-long, beautiful jade boulder. Fortunately, this massive stone turned out to be made of jadeite, as opposed to the significantly less valuable nephrite. It was determined that the stone was worth $170 million, and it's being shipped to China, who has named it the Stone of Heaven, only to be processed into jewelry and statues. What fine gems are hiding in your backyard? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.